when he visited various parts of markets in Kabwata constituency.
No citizen will be allowed in the head of the country to take money from marketeers. I am following what happened in Kasam. I've instructed the Minister of Home Affairs and the police. They don't need my instruction. They must protect citizens. There is no need to employ these policemen protecting one body. In that case, I don't need their protection. If they cannot protect all the citizens, then I don't need their protection. My protection is for them to protect all the citizens of the country. In the markets, in the basket, including in the office. No cadre should enter a public office and beat anyone. If there's a complaint, they must deliver the complaint to the state complaint. No violence. No.
The opposition Socialist Party in Livingstone says it is shameful that some United Party for National Development UPND cadres have already started undermining the authority of the president on following the alleged harassment of civil servant. Party member Ajafri Bu has singled out the beating of a Kasama-based district administrative officer as barbaric and a clear signal that they are ready to disregard what President Hislema has been preaching about in terms of respect of human rights. Mr. Brewer noted it was agreeable that PF cadres were totally wrong when they beat people up. This caused their downfall. Hence, the UPND should not take this path of self-destruction. He further says the UPND National Youth Chairman's speech telling PF that they would get a beating is an assault on democracy, a breach of peace and rule, and threatening violence to the country.
We are all agreeable that PF cadres were totally wrong when they beat up people, and this caused the downfall of PF. Killing Abel didn't make Kenny to be the accepted one. We cannot take out one system out of government that was doing wrong and replace it with ourselves so that we repeat and perpetuate the same wrongs that wrong regime was doing. Pulling down others, beating up people the way PF did and UPND is doing now and today won't make you to rise higher. It will only get you to be despised and eventually rejected. I agree with His Excellency, the President of Zambia, that we do not need cadarism in our country, in Zambia. The voice of the President must be respected by all law-abiding Zambians. The UPND Youth Chairman's speech and remark telling the PF that they would get a beating is an assault on our democracy, a breach of peace, unruly behavior, and threatening of violence. We condemn with all means of condemnation the brutality that took place in Kasama. It is a political violence as well as it is gender-based violence, and the police must move in swiftly to bring those cadres to book.
Meanwhile, the ruling United Party for National Development UPND in Northern Province has added its voice in condemning the attack on Kasama District Administrative Officer Beauty Namkoko by suspected cadres. Speaking at a media briefing in Kasama, UPND Provincial Chairperson Victor Sinkala, who described the incident as barbaric, says the behavior must be condemned in the strongest terms. Mr. Sinkala, however, refuted reports suggesting that youths behind the attack in a video that has gone viral on social media are members of the UPND. He has since appealed to law enforcement agencies to quickly investigate the matter and bring the culprits to book. And UPND Provincial Youth Chairperson Paul Mulenga says young people from the ruling party have heeded to the call against cadarism and were not involved in the attack of Miss Namkoko. A video has gone viral on social media in which youths are captured attacking Kasama District Administrative Officer Beauty Namkoko and hounding her out of her office. Emerald and Semi-Precious Stones Mining Association of Zambia President Victor Kalesha has appealed to the Zambia police to arrest cadres threatening violence regardless of their political affiliation. In a video made available to Muvi TV News in Lusaka, Emerald and Semi-Precious Stones Mining Association of Zambia President has asked the police not to allow the country to degenerate into a violence and cadreism, as the president has given the police power to arrest anyone threatening violence, no matter their political affiliation. Mr. Kalesha has further challenged the police to do the right thing by arresting that threatening violence before they return the country into a battlefield.
It is unfortunate that the police are seemingly not doing their work in terms of curbing down the cadreism in the country. It would be unfortunate if the country would degenerate again into cadreism and into violence, and I think some of the police officers would just have themselves to blame for wanting to let this situation degenerate to levels it wants to degenerate now. We saw what happened in Kasama. Is it where they beat the Dao lady? And I think that is something that should be condemned by every peace-loving Zambian and people that really want this country to be ruled by the rule of law. We have seen some characters, criminals, threatening violence in Kalulushi, and the police are watching them. What more do they want to act upon? Because this information is in public domain. So we just want to ask the police that they should start acting professionally and do not dine with criminals, because sometimes they fear to arrest such criminals because they dine with them. And so we ask the police not to allow this country to degenerate again into violence and into cadreism. I think it is something that or is on record that the Republican president has stated that anyone who does anything against the law, they are doing that at their own peril, and the party will not support them. What president do you want? Because the president has given you all the powers. It doesn't matter how big the party cadre is. You have the powers to arrest them because the president is in support of you. Let this country be ruled once by the rule of law. So why should the police relax and these criminals are threatening violence with impunity? So my view is that if this country would degenerate again into a violent society, it is the police that would have relaxed. Because, I mean, you have all the powers, you have all the backing, the legal backings. So let's do the right thing wherever we are as the police. Because what it seems is, if these guys are threatening violence and they're not being arrested, it's like they are friends in the police force who are not wanting them arrested because maybe they are happy of what is they are doing. Let's not defeat the good works of the president so far, because he means well and he has said it, no cadreism. And I think even the party officials, wherever they are, do not get scared to...
Right, you're still watching the Primetime News. We do take our first break, more stories thereafter.
In the real world, when you find something worthwhile, something you love, something that drives you, I'm telling you, keep going, keep on.
So be ready for when your time comes.
Be smart, be patient.
Only Bet Power has no minimum stake, letting you bet small to win big. This advertisement is brought to you by Bet Power.
Where's Bob? Anyone seen Bob? Has anyone seen Bob? Bob? Bob! Bob!
Over here.
Where?
Over here.
How did you get in there?
With my Airtel Money MasterCard.
Airtel Money MasterCard? But you don't even have a bank account. How did you get a card?
Well, it's not a card, but it works just like one. It's virtual, so no plastic, and it's safer.
But what are you doing there?
I want to buy Nancy birthday gift, book my flight tickets, renew my Big Click subscription, and order a shipment.
For all things online, the Airtel Money MasterCard. It's not a card, but works just like one. Get one on the Airtel Money menu on your phone.
Are you looking for a fun, welcoming and safe school? Chilimoyo International Christian School offers quality education with excellence for nursery, lower and upper primary from year 1 to year 7. We have professional transportation services. We offer individual learning. Homework is given on a daily basis. For details, call 0963 886041 or 077-9619-040. We are located at plot number 655 Seda Road off Chitukuko Road, Woodlands. Chilimoyo International Christian School, a must to read.
Welcome back. The Chipata City Council is facing hesitation from traders to pay levies following revelations that the local authority had duplicate receipt books which had been rendered useless. Council Acting Town Clerk Christopher Lukwesa says this has resulted in reduced revenue collection as most traders are afraid of being duped. Meanwhile, Mr. Lukwesa says the local authority has since rolled out new receipt books with the aim of building trust between traders and the council. The acting town clerk says the council has printed bus station, markets and general receipt books which have physical features and cannot be duplicated. But traders at Kapata and Saturday markets have called on the local authority to enhance awareness programs so that they can regain the lost trust. No Chanda and Lakson Chongwe want improved service delivery as provision of toilets and garbage collection going forward. Former Chindwin A Secondary School student Mweya Mkumbuta has noted the need for young people to see themselves as solution providers to the many challenges that society still faces. Speaking during a handover of school books to selected children in Kabwe, Mr. Mkumbuta says it is time for youths who are working or doing some sort of business to consider sparing a % of their earning which they can use in solution problems in their local communities. He adds there are many children whose families cannot manage to provide them with school necessities such as books, uniforms, hence helping such children with those needs is one way of ending poverty in society, as every child who's vulnerable will have found support to go to school and be a better citizen. And school head teacher Smart Ngalala employed other young people to start initiating programs that are aimed at helping society.
Provision to quality education is what every parent wishes their children to have. But some areas in our society today still find it difficult even to buy school items such as books for their children. With schools opening for the first term of the year, less privileged children find it hard to meet all the school requirements. It's for this reason that a delegation of former Chindwin A Secondary School in Kawe led Muya Mkumbuta, who happens to be the former head boy at the school in 2010, donated some books, pens, pencils and textbooks to pupils at the school. Speaking when he officiated at the handover of directed education materials worth 2,000, Mr. Mkumbuta noted the need of Zambians to start looking back from where they are coming from and be solutions providers to many challenges society is facing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we as former students of Chindwin A Secondary School thought it wise give back to society in form of educational materials, as we have realized what education has done to our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, we the young people have the power to solve numerous challenges that society faces when we put our hands together with the view of ending poverty, inequality, among other things. Further, people should know that it does not need one to be super rich, in order for them to give back to society or the vulnerable. But even with the little we can identify a problem in our society which we can use to give back.
Mr. Mkumbuta is of the view that poverty in the society will only end when indigenous or local people start putting their resources together in a small way and identify problems which they can solve themselves locally.
My dear fellow pupils, I encourage you to work hard in your academic or school activities. Why am I saying so? My colleagues and I are now giving back to society because of the benefits that we have seen through education. It is only through education that you will be able to find that job that you are dreaming about. It is only through education that you are going to be able to get whatever you want in life, but through hard work.
In school head teacher, Smart Ngalala expressed happiness at the gesture of books extended to vulnerable children, stating that Zambia will develop if young people start thinking about helping people who are vulnerable in the society.
We are really very grateful for the gesture, and we only wish you well as you continue to open the eyes of other colleagues, other friends of yours, people of your same age, to begin to think of venturing into uplifting the welfare of the least or the people that may be in need. You complement those efforts, and truly God will continue to bless you.
And beneficiary representative Annie Chichone thanked former students for helping the young ones as they will inspire many people to start doing such programs in their communities.
Very happy because they didn't expect such a gift from me. I say thank you, and I wish we could have more of you to help these children, because indeed it will be a better world. So thank you very much. May God richly bless you and add on to whatever that you have spent.
If resources allow the former children in school hope to identify projects where they can help the school in some way. Mijelo Mambo, Muvi TV News, Kabwe Central Province.
Center for Environment Justice CEJ has called for the implementation of the environmental sustainability commitments made by government in the 2022 national budget speech. CEJ Executive Director Maggie Mwape says the 2022 national budget speech paragraph 130 to 133, where government has made it its aspirations clear on environmental sustainability. Ms. Mwape adds the speech was focused on climate change adaptation and mitigation, natural resources management, and early warning systems. She says the New Dawn government has made commitments to promote innovative financing for climate change interventions such as green bonds, carbon trading, and putting in place legislation to establish a national climate change fund. CEJ Executive Director has since urged the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment to commence process for establishing the climate change fund, including a clear definition of the proposed governance frame for the fund. Meanwhile, Ms. Mwape has emphasized the fund should not only be established but be operational. She says this is because the fund is in question should not join the list of non-operational funds and avoid operational challenges witnessed with other established funds. Ms. Mwape cites examples of the established funds such as the Environmental Protection Fund under Mines and Mineral Development Act 2015, Section 86, Environment Fund under Environmental Management Act of 2011, Section 95, Fisheries and Agriculture Development Fund under Fisheries Act of 2011, Section 56 to 50. Section 53 to 56, Tourism Development Fund under Tourism and Hospitality Act of 2015, Section 64, Water Development Fund under Water Resources Management Act of 2011, Section 155, Wildlife Development Fund under Zambia Wildlife Act of 2015, Section 10, and Wildlife Community Resource Board Fund under Zambia Wildlife Act 2015, Section 35. Ms. Mwape says while Zambia has a number of environmental protection policies and strategies, financing has largely been embarked for donors. earmarked for donors rather. The CEJ executive director says the new Dawn administration has an opportunity to change the status quo and align development aspirations with stronger domestic resources to ensure effective implementation of climate change actions and plans. Ms. Mope says climate change is not just an environmental issue, as too many people still believe. She says the world is now at a point where almost everyone has given up denying this reality.
When you look into the 2022 national budget speech, paragraph 130 to 133, the new Dawn administration, they have made it very clear in their commitments towards environmental sustainability. And one of the interesting things is that they are interested to invest in the green bonds, the carbon trading, and then also to ensure that they come up with the legislature to establish the National Climate Change Fund.
Information and Media Permanent Secretary assures the media in Zambia that their freedoms are protected. Speaking in Mansa District, Information and Media Permanent Secretary Kennedy Kalunga says the government wants free media and that the media should regulate itself by following its ethics and professionalism when conducting their duties. Mr. Kalunga adds soon the Ministry of Information and Media will consider conducting capacity building training for journalists in both private and public, especially in radio stations like it has been doing with SRMBC. And Luapula Province Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba has appealed to the Ministry of Information and Media to consider conducting capacity building training for media practitioners in the province, especially those working for community radio stations. He was speaking when he called on Luapula Permanent Secretary Mighty Mumba. A pregnant woman of Zambia district has been assaulted by her husband for allegedly refusing to have sex with him in bed. Astrida Mwewa of Mumba village has told Muvi TV News that it was at that point that her husband started beating her after refused to sleep with him until she escaped and locked the child together with her husband inside the house. Mrs. Mwape adds the husband mistreats and beats her. That's why she decided to refuse that husband's request, which led to his action, but says the law must take its course on the matter. And a community prevention unit says they receive a lot of sexual and gender-based violence cases in Zambia, but they have sent survivors to Zambia police station to find out the truth.
Despite countless efforts to end sexual and gender-based violence by government, non-governmental organizations and other stakeholders, the vice has continued in some parts of the country. In Zambia, I talked to this pregnant woman who was beaten by her husband but managed to escape. I also talked to the CPU of that community who explained how often they receive such cases. He also narrates how sexual and gender-based violence survivors are helped. It's been a new year With the coming in of the new government, it is hopeful that government and other supporting partners will put in more measures to fight the virus. Helen Chisha reporting for Muvi TV News in Zambia.
We take another set of commercials. Do stay tuned.
Anyone can get lucky.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 767835 or 0955 992230 or come to the third floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook, Rumpi Enterprises Limited. Always remember to observe the COVID-19 guidelines. Mask up, sanitize, social distancing, and staying.
Has she answered it?
Have you decided?
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Yes. You said yes. 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 She said yes.
Hey, Chawama. Whoa! Congrats, bro.
What? We'll be there.
Last Sunday of next month.
Are you here?
You may give her the ring. Everyone, say Tufi Life.
One day, I'll give you the world.
Oh, you already have.
Celebrate Fi Life na Kangwe Kesu. Call at 1 way per second to all networks.
Are you looking for a fun, welcoming, and safe school? Chilimoyo International Christian School offers quality education with excellence for nursery, lower, and upper primary from year 1 to year 7. We have professional transportation services. We offer individual learning. Homework is given on a daily basis. For details, call 0963 886041 or 077 9619040. We are located at plot number 655 Seda Road off Chitukuko Road, Woodlands. Chilimoyo International Christian School, a must to read.
Welcome back. Now, United Party for National Development, UPND, National Youth Deputy Chairperson for Politics and Mobilization, Trevor Mwinde, has appealed to the Minister of Education, Douglas Yagalima, to restructure management at the University of Zambia, UNZA. Mr. Mwinde says it is not a secret that UNZA management in the previous government was full of politically inclined individuals, hence the need to urgently bring sanity to the institution. Reacting to recent reports of alleged victimization of some named members of staff at the institution, Sunday, Mr. Mwinde says the UPND government should walk the talk of bringing balance in the management of public institutions as it promised the voters.
That are the applied. Even the former registrar from Mombasa University, Mr. Smasiku, he had applied for the VC position. He was not given an opportunity because the institution is highly imbalanced in terms of representation. If indeed we want to walk the talk and the pattern, the fashion of leadership, which His Excellency Hakainde Hichilema has brought on board, where he wants the whole country to be properly represented, I've got no doubt that the Minister of Education will pertinently look into this issue with the urgency it deserves. Because very soon or later, I'm not being a pessimist. I'm being a realist. Very soon you realize that the students will be filled with dissatisfaction, and then these are the people that will make it very difficult for the new Dawn administration to deliver. So in order, we're not saying Mr. Mwanza must be discarded. Looking at his professional background, I think the government is too big and broad and wide. His professional contribution could be taken to another environment of work, because he was away from university management for over 1 year, and somebody has acted. What kind of administration and what kind of skills are they using, and what kind of procedure are they using? So we want to urge the minister to invoke Article 13 of the Higher Education Act, and which is actually he will be acting within the law to revisit the management style and balance up the status quo in terms of the management of the students. We are very disappointed that this is happening under the new Dawn administration. Let us walk the talk. We labored to tell the Zambians that we are going to represent you correctly. We went around, we canvassed the country, and we are not disrespecting the minister or the appointing authority, His Excellency, the President, but we wanted to be on point that what we promise the Zambians, we must not play double standards.
Truck drivers in Kasumbalesa have called on government to quickly rehabilitate the Chilabombwe-Kasumbalesa road. They lament the road is in a deplorable state, posing danger to their trucks. Due to the large number of trucks, only one lane is open for vehicles coming from either direction. Zambia Revenue Authority Station Manager, Customs at Kasumbalesa border, Martin Banda, says despite clearing over 800 trucks per day, the authority can do better if the road is worked on.
The road network, as you head to the border, I think the road is not good from Chingola, I think, up to the way to the border. So once we have a breakdown, like you've seen today, just a single truck breaking down on the way, which means we are cut out from the rest of the country, so to say. And that brings a lot of congestion in the sense that in a day we clear about 800 trucks on average. So if we have any stoppage of work for an hour or more, it means our downtime is reduced to maybe to say 400 trucks. And that now makes our yard full and the road congested. So our appeal to the government is that maybe if the road can be looked into, I think that would increase our efficiency and make sure that we provide the services that the government and the public of Zambia people are expecting. The other challenges, of course, are concerning the security issues in Congo. The PC may have briefed you just a few days ago, a week or so, that the challenge where truck drivers wanted to protest. And unfortunately, our colleagues, every time there's a problem, even if it's on the Congolese side, they want to do the protest for the Zambian side. And that always disrupts our business. Because someone was killed in Congo, the driver, but it was a Tanzanian nation, but still the drivers wanted to protest from here.
Meanwhile, traders at New Soweto Market in Lusaka have called on the local authority to quickly dismantle the garbage in the market. The traders said despite collecting levies from them, the council does not collect the garbage on time. This has caused the garbage to pile up in the market. With the rainy season on set, the traders fear the outbreak of diseases such as cholera.
But if she had a thousand in time, no more Kumona could share with Malazang, share and pussy village can. So at least was send up of us first in case of all where the power of so at least lens is on, Valet to Monaco, we know our king at Atatantic and our Wamia, not to raise a show at Shara Ziva. amone elonjero waleso okukirira yonze yarama yale tushitafeke business lemneka kwakireta mbo kupikinga konombe ine baleleke shala chani fyonze vile tushitafeke so mtulandirepo bashala byakaena wakose kwa manonoti walenza kwa kusenda ma 5 kwacha yadi dulisha na ma 5 kwacha ale senda yani karibu at least ili akazi kwacha wale senda ya wakati wale dia mutu kwacha wakanzo wale senda nomba wale kufikira pamoja so at least na mukati uloleshia.
We're now going for our final break. Still more stories when we do get back.
They'll play a high press to force the mistakes. They'll dominate the aerial ball. They too tall. We'll handle the pressure and smash them on the break. The number 9 has scored in their last 5 games. The passing will be quick, decisive, precisely. There will be drama in the dying minutes. This match will mean more than 3 points. They will have the home ground advantage. This is why I bet. This is why I bet. This is why I bet. Betway.
Fairview University College is enrolling students for the January-April 2022 intake in the following: School of Education, Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Education in Primary Education, Bachelor of Education in Secondary Education, Bachelor of Education in Special Education, Diploma in Early Childhood Education, Diploma in Primary Education, Diploma in Secondary Education, Diploma in Special Education, Certificate in Early Childhood Education, School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Diploma in Public Relations, School of Hotel and Tourism, Diploma in Food and Production, Diploma in Front Office, Diploma in Food and Beverages Management, Diploma in Hospitality and Events Management, and Diploma in Sales and Marketing. For more information, visit us at Regent College along Kwazi Road or the North Mid Campus at plot number 11 Luamba Road, Lusaka, or call us on 0955 787114 or 0966 787114 or 0977 787114. Fairview University College. We aim at excellence.
Where's Bob? Anyone seen Bob? Has anyone seen Bob? Bob? Bob! Bob!
Over here.
Where?
Over here.
How did you get in there?
With my Airtel Money MasterCard.
Airtel Money MasterCard? But you don't even have a bank account. How did you get a card?
Well, it's not a card, but it works just like one. It's virtual, so no plastic, and it's safer.
But what are you doing there?
I want to buy Nancy a birthday gift, book my flight tickets, renew my Big Click subscription, and order a shipment.
For all things online, the Airtel Money MasterCard. It's not a card, but works just like one. Get one on the Airtel Money menu on your phone.
Water Development Permanent Secretary Joe Kalusa has directed Eastern Water Supply and Sanitation Company to find a solution to the sanitation crisis in Chipata's Chimwemwe Township in Eastern Province. The directive came after the permanent secretary learned that the township has perennial sewer blockages due to old infrastructure. Mr. Kalusa says it was unfortunate that the poor sanitation situation in the area was left unattended to for a long time, and a Chimwemwe resident, Kate Mbewe, complained to the permanent secretary that the situation was dire, adding that each time the sewer system broke down, the community is always in fear of possible disease outbreak. But Eastern Water and Sanitation Company Managing Director Aaron Mulinda revealed that the firm has designed a project and put in place mechanisms that will take care of the problems. Mr. Mulinda says the project involves a complete overhaul of the sewer system, which will cost the water utility firm a total of 3 million kwacha.
system ni yakudala, so ifunika ochenjiwa kuchosa mwe pipe ni yakudala, so tuina program tubawuza tuzapasa drama kuyambirira next month February, so that bakasebenzerepo kuchosa yonse mapipe anofaka mwanyo. That's why apa mukana ma problems ya chafwasa twabwera, so aya ni ma solution chabe ya pafupi. Yeah, so sorting a problem yanu yonse ifunika ochosa mapipe yakudala yamene manafaka pamene tukalipo bado.
Hivi vintu vikaonongeka kuti vatitandize msanga vawo tansiwareji so vatitandiza pa right time. So mwamene tinachita report pamande koma mpaka this time vikalu still vienda vi and nyumba yonse inunga mwamene mwaonena so still safe hapa. So dandaulamenti nani yakuti ngati tapeleka report tifuna vazititandiza mwa msanga. Kuyanganira kuti umoyo watu ulipa risk ngati vivasova tichitikira pa nyumba. Ndiye dandaulamene nili nayo.
So in-house we've been replacing with our internal resources, using our budget, but just running with it to ensure that we cope with the rate at which the failures are happening has been quite challenging. And arising from the previous ministerial visit, we actually submitted a detailed bill of quantities, identifying the areas section by section. So the interventions are ranging from 500,000 kwacha, 600, and we put a total of about 3 million kwacha, which your office affirmed that as resources are made available this summer.
Some residents of Lusaka's Mtendere compound have appealed to government through the local authorities to demolish a small non-functioning bridge and construct a reasonable one at the crossing point. Speaking in an interview with Muvi TV, one of the residents, Mutemwa Naminemwa, laments the small bridge which serves as a crossing point between Mtendere compound and Mtendere East is not serving its purpose, hence it must be gotten rid of. Well, and on that note, we end the news today. But to wrap up, we look at the headlines once again. President HH slams over the Kasama attacks on Beauty Namkoko. SPU says UPND members are betraying HH on violence. Mantha woman nursing wounds for denying hubby conjugal rights. Police advised to wake up from slumber and cage violent cadres. Chipata City Council replaces fake receipt books. Well, thank you so much for having joined us for the Prime Time News today. Be sure to watch me, Keith Mwemba, for the main news at 21:15 hours. On behalf of the entire production crew, thank you so much for watching and good evening.
one can get lucky.
As COVID-19 cases keep rising, many business entities are affected and their revenue keeps going down. But together, we can fight COVID-19. Rumpi Enterprises provides you and your organization the safety you require in these hard times of the COVID-19 pandemic by using effective disinfectants procedures such as knockdown and residual disinfecting that helps prevent and get rid of COVID-19. We do knockdown and residual disinfecting procedures for homes, offices, hospitals, churches, and many more. Protect yourself and the people around you and get your business running with our powerful trusted disinfectants. Call Rumpi Enterprises on 0955 76 7835 or 0955 9922 30 or come to the 3rd floor, room 3, Tazara House, corner of Dedan Kimati and Independence Avenue. Follow us on Facebook, Rumpi Enterprises Limited. Always remember to observe the COVID-19 guidelines. Mask up, sanitize, social distancing, and staying.
Are you looking for a fun, welcoming, and safe school? Chilimoyo International Christian School offers quality education with excellence for nursery, lower, and upper primary from year 1 to year 7. We have professional transportation services. We offer individual learning. Homework is given on a daily basis. For details, call 0963 886041 or 077 9619 We are located at plot number 655 Seda Road off Chitukuko Road, Woodlands. Chilimoyo International Christian School, a must to read.
They'll play a high press to force the mistakes. They'll dominate the aerial ball. They too tall. We'll handle the pressure and smash them on the break. The number 9 has scored in their last 5 games. The passing will be quick, decisive, precise. There will be drama in the dying minutes. This match will mean more than 3 points. They will have the home ground advantage. This is why I bet. This is why I bet. This is why I bet. Betway.
What is happening here?
Muri bwanji ndi pamene nabwera so
Yeye kufika hapo so. Mama muri bwanji. Muri bwanji, muri posha hivi.
Nishike pa kuposhana?
Kuposhana kuchana, mafuma kuisema mama. Wewe wewe.
Mwanangu, nyumbani yakambira pano hii.
You see, uncle for that. So, muntu aigusha afya yesa mone kile wale mposhana kumpotati muri bwanji. Okay, let's discuss. What's that?
First mlamu, why unifunzisisa kwani ni mkazi wangu kama ninachoka?
Ni mwana kwa hospital kwa mwana. Kwa mwana nani? We don't have a problem with that.
No, kulibe na info mlamu. Imo mkazi wanu amaenda bwabya. Amaenda kaguma business kangani kuti. Mimo mfuza koso.
I'm the one who's running the place here. You're supposed to tell me. I'm the in charge here. Okay, fine. Let's discuss.
You wait, so.
Mulamu atishani. Mulamu.
Pamene tinafika kulusaka kukaona malume. Amalume tinamupeza muwani lumu. Pamene tinafika kulusaka kukaona malume. Amalume tinamupeza muwani lumu. Wani lumu niyovuta kulandira lendo vambiri. Maka ngati ulini mukazi wako. Wani lumu kicheni pamene. Sitting room pamene. Kuchipinda ni pamene. Mite ukapeza munzako ali muwani lumu.
Actually, Mulamu, mukamba tikwa chosho kutaka soma chimamto wino.
Where have you been?
Mutisa mara ko Mulamu mwako.
Where have you been?
Hello. So why you doing of China?
I mean, where has she been? Oh, you people, what's wrong with you? I don't like Zumbo in the presence of my tenants.
Bakamba talento winga. Bandani.
Kalani pants. So, come, have a seat. No, she needs to tell us. No, she's going to tell us, but you cannot behave like that. You can't, honestly. Zumbo for my clients like that.
That's why I'm not talking about but you're also seeing Mafuna.
Where were you? Tempers are high. No, Uncle, that's the problem with you also. This woman, she knows the husband is a Muslim, bedridden, and then I'm a guy. Okay, you're behaving way. So let's just let me around. I'm going to I'm not going to ask. What's emotion? All of us are emotional. She's supposed to know where she went. There's a big gap. We're all emotional. You told me where to do. This is my wife. That I know. You're supposed to report to me. Yes, I mean, not even a simple SMS. That's taken. The way you've approached the whole thing. Okay. But she won't give you concrete answers. Why? Because I know Beth. Where she is, but I know Beth. What is she going? What results? What answers is she going to give us? That are concrete. What are you talking about?
Zanga mwapeza mangwe mumanga manyumba. Muzipi mabwinu wanirumo ya kwazi kaiti singena bwino. Mipando singena bwino. Koma mpasa ingena. Ukapeza munzako ari muwanirumo. Osakona masiku sakila kwina. Wanirumo.
She needs to tell us where she went. Why did you say woman? Because in future, the government problem, she'll still come back to me for assistance. And I'll need to help her out. Okay, fine. But this kind of attitude. Yeah, fine. One, what did you tell? We'll discuss later. I don't think this is an opportune time. Find an opportune time, we'll ask her. She's going to explain to us. The 4 days she has been away, I'm equally disappointed. I need to know. But let's give her time. Africa-LITOVIA. Let us sit down and then we program it for the next meeting.
Now we will talk this one pass on.
So first you can't just get up and go. Not even a simple SMS. Let's not use strong words here. What strong words? With respect to I've said. Listen to me. She's telling to tell us what. Why are you towing her? You were towing an infidels. I'm not shocked towing.
Wanirumu niyovuta kulandira lendo vambiri. Maka ngati ulini mukazi wako. Wanirumu kicheni pamene.
Is it towing a vehicle? Where else can you contribute? Blue back while copper belt. We saw 4 days. Some money, okay. We'll talk. No, we'll talk later. It's a serious matter. Some more. I think we'll discuss later. Okay. Like we discussed the next issue. If you can do that. I think if we get you need to tell me where you went.
Going where, Mram? Going where, Mram? You can going.
Abos. Tizaona. We need to sit down now. No, tizanga phansi.
Bueno, hapa kama ni maswali hapa. Chini tunataka Zakwele sakwele na mwani. Hata nitokeza huko na cheke soko. Nisebenza kwa. Ndio mtu hapa ni bwana. Boss, ule mama mtu waude soko. Hakuna ndani drama. Na bapata. Kuna bijanji to boss, na bijanji boss na bapata boss. Bapata boss na bapata. Next time I'll call you. Boss.
Moya kwandi beti singena bwino, mipando singena bwino, koma mpasa ingena. Waniru. Yacheba. Waniru.
So what I'm saying is, going she can go. Okay, but let's not say to the service. Okay, fine. The 4 days she was away, okay, which is very wrong. What I'm trying to say is, going she can go. But let's do this thing nicely. No. Okay, fine. She went 4 days, gone, left the husband, manjamwasu. It's alright, but the best we can do. Namankani you're Uncle, I did to be phone. She will definitely go, but let's do it next time.
Mapesa mangwei mumanga manyumba muzipi mabwino wanirumu ya kwaji beti singena bwino mipando singena bwino koma mpasa ingena ukapesa munzako ari muwanirumu osakona masiku sakila kwina wanirumu Yacheba. Mepani ya bare sitikupisha ni munyumba nkani ya futa lelo ni ya wanirumu ya kwani beti singena bwino.
Kamwenye.
Mwalimu chele pada sekali. Kamwenye cha. Kamwenye maji. Kama